welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Happy Hour. I know it's been a while, but we're still around. I'm your host, Jim.
And I'm Anthony.
And we got a special guest today, Jeff Caldwell. So, Anthony, since it's been a while, you got to refresh my mind. What kind of beer are we having today? I'm looking for, I just always look forward to what you're going to bring in.
Well, it's funny, it has been a while, so we needed to catch up, right? So Today we're going to do beers, and we're going to do a little bit different. I'm going to pour some stuff. I think you have one to try. Yeah, I brought a few different samples that I'll have us all try. And before I tell you what you are, I'm going to let you taste them and review them.
I think that sounds great.
All right,
let's
start with yours.
All right. The first one that I have, and the only one that I brought, Anthony is just full of surprises today. This is called Blonde Fatale, and it's from our local brewery in Des Moines, Iowa, called Peachtree.
Knoxville. They're based out of Knoxville.
They're based out of Knoxville, according to Anthony.
What is the Peachtree, Jim?
What's that?
What is the Peachtree?
Well, the Peachtree is a brewery that I like to bicycle to quite a bit and try to bicycle home. Oh crap, I didn't give you enough.
That's all right.
There, now you have enough.
So
anyways, no, Peachtree is one of the places that's kind of newer in Des Moines, and it's fantastic. The beer's great, the service is great, and it's off the bike trail, so it's a pretty handy place to get to. And sometimes we don't remember going home. Cheers.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
Well, that was good.
I'm not done.
It's deceivingly got a little off to it.
It's got a hoppy
effect, huh?
There's a lot, you can taste the hop.
One of the key takeaways from the Blonde Fatale is it's surprisingly smooth. It's also surprisingly strong.
Yeah.
I think it's around 11%, if I remember right. Do you remember?
Something like that. And it's funny they mentioned Bavarian hops. Is that
right?
Is that
right.
And
yeah.
having been to Germany and had some of their beer there, like the Kolsch's and stuff, all very, very strong, as I found out on a couple of unfortunate occasions. But also has those hops, those Bavarian style hops have kind of a familiar kind of European feel to it. I mean, that's just much different from the hoppiness of like an IPA or like a double IPA, something like that.
Exactly.
This is one of their signature beers at Peachtree. This is been around for a while.
Absolutely. And it's available in our local stores. Hy-Vee is where I usually find it. You find it at Fairway?
Fairway stores
yeah.
have it, yeah.
At the Fairways. Well, okay, so since I gulped that one down, what do you have? What's the next one?
So I'm gonna pour you 3 different ones. And before I tell you what they are,
okay,
you'll taste each one and just let's get your idea what they are, and then we'll set it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna take glasses. So we only have 3 glasses, so we're gonna do a little mixing.
Okay. Not a problem. We clear the palate.
Let me at least pour it out. So all right, we're gonna start with one that a buddy brought me not long ago. So, and this one is.
I could tell. Damn. Ooh.
Thank you.
And this one may surprise a lot of our viewers, especially our local viewers. So, yeah.
That's
It looks light.
Cheers. Some of you guys may have had this before.
Now, that's got a little taste of maybe rice or not.
I honestly don't know the ingredients.
Well, let it be said, Tech Talk Happy Hour does not shove shit up your ass. That's good.
You ready to see what it was?
Yeah.
So you can't get this one enough.
Okay.
A buddy of mine did a trip recently, and he brought this back to me. But it's a famous name.
Okay.
Youngling.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Youngling lager. And this is big on the East Coast, and they have started to expand.
Illinois, you buy it in Illinois, right?
I don't know if you can in Illinois. He actually got it in New Orleans for me.
Oh, okay.
So, but I've always wanted to try it, and he's like, so I got a case of it sitting in my fridge, and I'm like, this will be something we should try.
Oh, this is great.
Especially to get the
That's
East Coast
pretty good.
subscribers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hit the subscribe button, East Coasters.
Like and subscribe. East Coast, West Coast, doesn't matter.
Mid Coast.
Mid Coast.
Let's go.
All right, well, this is good. I like doing flights.
Awesome. Yeah,
Flights are great.
we should get a real flight. Maybe we do this in future episodes.
Amazon.com, here I come.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. All right.
Is this the last one?
No. This will be the second of my 3. So this one is I've had it, and it's good. And I mixed up the glasses, so we're all COVID free, right? We've all been tested or vaccinated.
Or something.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
Oh, now that has a different aroma than any of the other ones we just had.
Yep, it will.
Okay, what's
Is that
this?
watermelon?
It is. Good palate. Very good palate.
Watermelon ale?
So we'll
Wheat.
bring it up. It is a watermelon wheat by Laketime Brewery.
Okay, now where's Lake Time Brewery at?
Somewhere in Iowa, I think. Maybe Minnesota. I know I have a lot of their beers. They're probably big one that's got a good name for is the Oreo
Okay.
Speedwagon.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually a really good beer. You can get them out at the Chicken.
Okay, that's probably where I've seen that label before then. And just for your reference, for anybody that doesn't live around Des Moines, the Chicken is one of our stops, one of our haunts, as they say, just south of town here that specializes in roasted chicken, Nashville hot chicken, Iowa hot chicken, pizzas, and they do have quite a variety of beers and seltzers and ciders on tap.
This is not something that I would buy if I saw this, but it's surprisingly awesome.
So what would turn you off about not buying it?
I don't know. I'm just not big on
Just because it
watermelon.
says like
That's it.
watermelon. Yeah.
So I'm a watermelon. I like watermelon, some stuff, and I had a watermelon beer a couple years ago that I loved, and they don't make it anymore. Come on, Money Troopers, bring it back. But I saw this, I'm like, oh, let's try it. And I will admit, when the taste at first threw me off. It wasn't. I think it's probably the wheat.
It's different.
Yes.
The wheat threw me off.
Yeah.
But after I let it settle, I liked it. And
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
I'll definitely buy it again.
It's like a good after you mow the yard, then you're sitting on your porch beer. Kind of.
It is. It's
kind of
refreshing.
light. Like the watermelon's kind of light almost.
Yeah,
It offsets sort of the bitterness of the wheat, but not obnoxiously. It's not that god awful sweetness.
Yeah.
It's
No, it's good. Well, and it's not like a lot of sours. I know people that really like sour beer, and I just can't. I can't do it. I just can't do it. But if it's slightly sour or slightly flavored, for my palate, it tastes really good.
Yeah. So definitely check out Lake Time Brewery. We'll get the links in the comments.
Okay.
Below.
Yeah.
They make a lot of good beers, a lot of flavored beers. Like I said, the biggest one I had before from them was the Oreo Speedwagon, but they have a peanut butter that's really good as well. So.
Yeah, and like Anthony said, let us know in the comments below. Do you guys have something that you prefer that's maybe a little different flavor, maybe something that's on this palette, maybe something we just don't even know about? Just let us know, and we'll try it out. If we can get our hands on it, we'll try it.
Can we do it with
can-
gin sometime too?
Huh?
Can we do it with gin sometime?
We could do a gin.
I think we should do a bourbon. I'm not a hard guy, but I know you, and I know I have a good buddy that's a bourbon guy. And
Yeah.
you guys wanna
Oh,
some-
I do bourbon in a heartbeat.
But gin, there's a new brewery in Osceola that makes a good gin and a mulberry gin.
Oh, see,
Revelation.
I got burned on gin so bad one time.
But I'll try it.
I just can't even think about drinking it.
The new flavored gins, the Bramble. Oh man, I can't remember who makes them, but it's Bramble, and it's blackberry and raspberry, I believe, and it balances out like the Christmas tree in a mouth flavor of gin, and it's surprisingly like those play really. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, it kind of does.
And another one, Tanqueray has a couple of different. They have a citrus, that one that's great. Like it's just orange. It's just orange gin, and for some reason, those flavors kind of balance each other out pretty well.
Definitely future episode. Let's try something. I'll try it.
Yeah. I'll tell you where we need to shoot next time. Maybe we don't even have to have this on here. If we're gonna try bourbon or something, let's shoot from the Iowa distillery one day.
Let's go to Kentucky.
Yeah.
From a distillery there.
Like and subscribe and send us some tickets to Kentucky.
Venmo, what's my
Drink with
Venmo
you.
name? I don't know.
Send us.
We'll
send
figure it
us.
out. But-
Hey, let's. What liquor should we do on an episode? Whether it's bourbon, gin, vodka.
Yeah, let's let our viewers
We can go to
decide.
Russia.
We could go to Russia. We'd end up in a stalag.
Yeah. I got one more beer that we got to try though.
Okay, one more beer.
This one's the cream de crop.
All right,
You guys are
I'm
gonna love
excited.
this.
I'm excited.
This is one of my all-time favorite beers,
Can you see it on my face? I'm excited.
and I'm. This one is it's a newer release. Came out about a year ago, and it is
Busch Light Apple.
You son of a
Busch Light
bitch.
Apple.
Really?
Son of a bitch.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not sure. Cheers. All right.
Cheers.
There's some strawberries in there.
Oh, Billy. It really is Busch Light Apple.
Son of a bitch!
Holy cow.
It is. Caitlin, this one was for you.
Caitlin Gill, there's your Busch Light Apple. That is frigging amazingly delicious.
You know the phenomenon of this too, outside of the state of Iowa, where this is really popular now. Even in Minneapolis, I'm talking to people in Minneapolis the other day and describing Busch Light Apple, and describing it. It's like, well, it's Busch Light with a fake apple flavoring in it, and they're like, what the hell? That sounds stupid. And then one person was like, oh yeah, I've had it. It's awesome. And then everybody else was like instantly converted, and it's like, it's like phenomenon. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe the taste.
When this came out last year, I was not a Busch guy.
Right.
I really wasn't. I mean, I'm a different beer guy. But I'll try it, and I loved it. And it sold out everywhere. It was hard to get.
Yeah.
And then it was just gone.
Yeah, I bought one case. And did they sell 30 packs of it too?
Yeah.
And I bought 30 pack of it somewhere. I think at Walmart. And
Oh my
just
gosh.
just one right around this time of year, right? Wasn't
Yep.
it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if everybody recalls, if you haven't, go check out episode 2 where we talked about Busch Light and Dole distributing.
It's pretty damn
Absolutely. You'll like our guest Caitlin Gill, and I don't think Caitlin had the Busch.
No, she had not had that. And so we asked, Dole distributing did some solids and gave us some stuff to give away.
Yeah,
Which we
yeah.
did. We sent out a shirt. And some jerseys. But we asked them, is the Busch Apple coming back? And they're like, yep, it'll be back out later this summer. And so as soon as it's out, I went out and bought 2 cases right away. I did just see it at Casey's, so you can still get it right now. But yeah,
Nice.
check out the Busch Apple. It's surprisingly
That is good.
very tasty.
If you like, the only thing I can kind of compare it to, if you like ciders, like apple ciders, cherry cider, or something, it's very cider-like, but beer.
Still has this.
It doesn't have all that
Busch
sugary
Light. Yeah.
sugary flavor to it. Thank
There
you.
you go. You can
You think Busch Light? Then you think they're gonna do like Busch Light green beans? Busch Light carrots next?
Hey, if they
see how
do,
far we
we'll
can
review.
We will review it. If you send us something like that, bring it on.
Yeah.
If we can open it, we'll drink it.
Yep. Speaking of, there is actually, I think, one we should do for this is going. You probably cut this part out, but
That's fine.
Crown Royal salted caramel. You can only get starting in October.
Oof.
And I've been a
I
Crown.
don't have a problem with that.
I've been drinking. I mix it. I don't know.
Well, you like the Crown Apple too, don't you?
I like the apple and the peach and all. No, I mix.
Oh yeah, you got to mix. So last time we had Chad Lieber on, he reviewed the Oculus Quest, and that was pretty fun. And I actually, just talking about the Oculus Quest, if you have one, they've done so many updates on it. I jumped on it the other day, and the refresh rates have gone up to 120 hertz for a lot of games, and it still makes me fall over playing roller coaster games. I can't do it. But so, anyways, are we switching gears from something like that? What do you have to review?
Yeah. So I still need to pick up an Oculus or VR. I haven't yet.
Yeah.
It's on my wish list. I end up always finding something new though.
Yeah.
But I'm an Apple guy. You guys probably know that
Yeah.
from watching this. And so my latest was, I was so excited when they announced the new Apple TV back in April. It came out in May, and I pre-ordered and I had it picked up and I reviewed it. I think we have some video on it that you can show.
Awesome.
Today we're going to be talking about the new Apple TV 4K that came out in May of 2021. We're going to compare it to the older Apple TV 4K that came out in 2017. A few changes. The biggest one is the remote, which we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. But first I want to point out a couple of the other differences. The aesthetics of the box look exactly the same with the 2017 version. Black box, looks really nice sitting there on the TV, especially when it's just by itself. The other big changes would be the CPU. The new TV has the new A12 Bionic chip, while the old Apple TV 4K uses the A10X Fusion. So a little bit difference in speed and in which horsepower that you're going to get out of the new Apple TV. You will notice that in your videos. The storage remains the same. You can choose between the 32 or the 64 gigabyte. Uses all the same Wi-Fi. The new Apple TV does use the Wi-Fi 6, which is great. You will see a huge improvement over Wi-Fi with this device compared to the older one. The pricing remains the same, $179 for the 32 gigabyte and $199 for the 64 gigabyte. But the big change, which is what everybody wants to get to, is the remote. Here is the old remote. You will see the touch surface, the menu, the same buttons, just to control what you need. The biggest thing is there was the touch remote, which was great in concept, but just didn't work, especially when you were rewinding or fast forwarding videos. You could just never get it right. You had to touch it just right. Cooler design, just didn't work. Here is the new serial mode, which everybody's excited about. And there's a couple cool details about this that I'll explain in a second. But I want to talk about just moving through the system. Watching the TV, you'll see it just flows. You just use the circular pad, which is touch sensitive as well. But when it comes to rewinding, anything like that is the coolest part. You just go to your video, you hit play, and you can just start watching. And then once you're on, it works. It just plain out works. Pause it, and you can just slide across, and you can slowly see where you need to be in your video. Where when you were doing it on the touch remote, you could not get that precision as well. Here, this will allow you to go slow, go fast, go back. It just works for a remote. It does have the voice available. It is a side button now. Instead of holding down a button, you use the side Siri button. You will see it also comes with a built-in mute remote, which everybody's asked for a long time. Then it has the regular buttons, the back button, the play pause button, as well the volume to control your TV, and of course the ever-present Apple TV button, which is kind of nice to get you back to the home screen or to the TV screen, and you can go through your movies or whatever services you have connected to your Apple TV. The Apple TV itself, if you're watching this, you probably used them in the past. There's not really a lot of difference. The screen remains the same. The interface remains the same. I chose Apple TV because one, I'm an Apple guy. Two, it just works well. It is pricier compared to the other streaming services like Fire TV or Roku. However, Apple TV, you just plug it in, turn it on, sign into your account, and it just works. The one thing I did want to point out with the Siri remote that is really cool, that you can buy this separately and hook it to your old Apple TVs. That is the coolest part about it. It is $60 by itself, but you don't have to replace your whole box. So if you're happy with your current Apple TV and you have no problems, go out and get this remote. Do yourself a favor compared to the touch remote, and you'll be very happy. However, I will say that it is a nice upgrade to go and buy the newer Apple TV with the A12 chip. It's just a little bit snappier, moves a little bit faster, your videos play better, and again, the Wi-Fi 6 is just a huge difference when it comes to playing videos over Wi-Fi. With that said, enjoy the new Apple TV.
If you have an iPhone and the new Apple TV, you pull up the screen and you go into the settings and you say calibrate my TV, and you will go and hold your iPhone right up to the TV, and it will use the camera and it will mesh the colors of this room you're in to the setting. And it's snappy, it's quick, and it will not work if you're using Dolby Vision.
The calibration won't work if you're using Dolby Vision.
If you're using Dolby Vision, you're already using the best settings possible. So I did use it on actually an older Apple TV from 2017, and the one in our bedroom TV. When I got the new Apple TV, I moved them around, and so if you have Dolby Vision set up, you won't have to worry about the calibration. You're still gonna have to go through the settings yourself. But if you have the older, if you're using HDR10 or anything lower than Dolby Vision, it will work that way. And so yeah, you just go and hold the phone to the screen. It takes about less than 30 seconds.
What did you notice about the calibration differences? Did you notice a big color change at all, or?
You will get a screen. So once it's completed its calibration, you will get a screen that says of the beach and of the ocean, where you will see the two differences. It will show you the compare. Honestly, and maybe it's my eyes, my eyesight. I don't pick it up as much as maybe some people will.
Sure.
But seeing that picture, you can see the blues of the ocean deeper, the white of the sand was more white.
Sure.
So yeah, it does work. Is there enough for you to go out and would that be your deal breaker to buy the Apple TV?
Not at all. Okay.
And I mentioned this in the review a little bit. The Apple TV compared to Fire TV and Roku is more expensive. A couple reasons though to spend the extra money. If you're an Apple person, it falls right into their garden.
Right.
Everything just works. It just you put in your ID and it works.
Well, that's our ecosystem.
Yep.
Yeah.
A great app system. If there's a streaming service out there, the app's on there. And two, it's just having an Apple TV sitting there, it looks nice. Instead of a stick hanging behind your TV or a Fire TV Cube or something like that, which I do have as well.
Like the form function of all
Yeah,
that.
it just looks nice.
Yeah.
And it just works.
So one thing, in my home office, I use a 42-inch TV as my monitor, which kicks ass because it's gigantic and it's ridiculous. And when the sound works, it's awesome. And hooked up to as my primary monitor from a MacBook Air. The TV is 4K TV. I got a Hisense Roku TV, and mainly just because monitors right now, because chip shortage, are hard to get, and so for less, you've got a lot bigger, lot more real estate. However, I've noticed that it's just not, the resolution just doesn't quite match, the Retina display on the MacBook Air. But we're kind of going the same, anything screen based, be it entertainment, work. It feels like we're kind of going down to the same path. All the hardware at some point, I think, is going to kind of coalesce into one thing. It's just going to be a screen that's going to be suitable for TV, work, whatever. And so, how do you feel like this is? The TV issue aside, is this a step in that direction? I mean, is it with you mentioned the ecosystem, the whole Apple ecosystem? Is this at some point? Is Apple TV or Apple, whatever it is, going to be the overarching infrastructure for work, play, TV, music, word processing, everything?
I could see us going that direction. Just from the TV alone, there's always been the rumor that Apple's just going to do a TV and not the box anymore. So that's definitely would be the first start towards that.
I do like the idea of the flights only with full beers. Flights like the small.
Yes, next time we will have
we're flights of full pints of beer kind of dudes.
I like that idea. Yeah, pints of flights. Flights of pints.
Yeah.
Probably have to go when we cut this a little bit. Real quick on the Apple TV, the coolest new thing is the new remote.
What do you
compared to
think
the
about
old
the
remote.
remote?
Yeah, the old remote was just a touch. You'll see it in my review that
Okay.
the touch remote sucked. It really did, but the new serial remote is pretty awesome.
That's cool, man.
So like I could say to my remote, play Tech Talk Happy Hour on YouTube and then like and subscribe. And listen.
Now, will it like and subscribe? I don't know, but it will definitely open up YouTube TV or YouTube There is a difference.
Nice.
You know, I would suggest everyone trying that on any of their devices.
Definitely.
Google, Alexa, or Siri.
Alexa, open Tech Talk Happy Hour on YouTube and like and subscribe. See how many people you think that will actually happen.
We'll see you guys on the
Okay,
next
Google,
episode.
thank you.